The Giants just got swept by the Marlins and dropped to 15 games under 500. The Giants bullpen blew yet another game. Logan Webb has another fantastic outing. And the third game had a very controversial ending that has Giants fans up in arms. So stay tuned, because all of that is coming up next. Welcome back to the Orange and Black. My name is Sean Holloway, and this show is for Giants fans. We talk everything Giants using analytics, the eye test, common sense, and much, much more. And just like the intro stated, this is the series recap of the Marlins and the Giants, where the Giants got swept. They fall to 15 games below 500. It was an ugly series. It wasn't even close. It was night and day compared to where the Giants were in Atlanta. They look like a little league team this series. It was ugly, so let's just get right into it. All right, so game one. Landon Roop pitched well. He went 6 innings, only giving up 2 runs. It's probably his best start in a little while. He's been roughed up recently, so I think this is the first time a starting pitcher's gone at least 6 innings other than Logan Webb for the entire month of June, and that's sad to say, but it's great to see. It is great to see that from him. Sadly, the bullpen blew that game once again. Hentges came in the 7th inning, could only get 1 out, gave up 2 earned. It was horrid. He couldn't throw strikes. It was just bad all around, and it only got worse. Bryce Eldridge's on-base streak ended at 23, which sucks, but hey, he's a superstar. I am not afraid to say it. He's a superstar. The thing with it as well is the Giants had their chances for a big inning. Couldn't do it. They've went 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position, which normally on paper is fine, but they didn't get that hit. They couldn't get that hit to score more runs. They had their chances, but they ended up losing, which sucks. It sucks, especially late in the game, and the bullpen blew it. It is what it is. The bullpen sucks. It's a complete disaster for this team. All right, so the second game, game two. This game was the worst game of the series. By far, not even close. The Giants looked like a bunch of little leaguers, a bunch of little idiots running around, throwing the ball around. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. It was a horrible game. Just, no. This is the epitome of the 2026 season, right? So in the first inning, Trevor McDonald couldn't throw strikes. Could not throw strikes at all to save his life. Ended up with 3 walks. The last one ended up scoring a run, thanks to Devers, who couldn't field the ball. That could have ended the inning early. It was over at that point. It was over after the first inning, because there's no way the Giants are going to, they're already starting off horrible, right? So then the second inning comes around. Jung-Hoo Lee leads it off with a double. Fantastic. Great. Love to see it. Casey Schmidt hits another double, right? Lee doesn't score. Now, it was a weird play at center. Weird play where the center fielder didn't catch the ball but kind of pinned it against the wall and flipped it out. And then it was a really weird play. So I don't give him too much crap for that. But at the same time, it's weird that you got back-to-back doubles and nobody scores, right? It's weird, but it can happen. Then Drew Gilbert came up and got that hit. That scored. Jung-Hoo Lee, fantastic, great. Casey Schmidt goes to third, and then Drew Gilbert gets thrown out trying to steal second base, which killed all momentum for the inning, and that was basically the game. That was the game right there. Because then in the bottom half, Eric Haas gets called for catcher's interference. Free 90 feet. The Giants' defense, right, at this point was already issued 4 free bases in less than 2 innings. 4 free bases, and it felt like the defense was given away for free, right? They were like Oprah. The Giants were Oprah in game 2. Just, you get a free base, you get a free base, you get a free base. It was horrible. Absolutely, absolutely horrible. And then the inning continued. Trevor McDonald could have ended it, could have ended the inning, but for some reason, couldn't find first base. Right? PFPs failed him, and couldn't find first base, ended up scoring another run, and it was another error. And now, by the end of that inning, the Giants gave up 6 free bases, right? A free 90 feet, and committed 3 errors in 2 innings. 3 errors and 6 free bases in 2 innings. What are we doing? Like, they looked like a little bunch of idiots running around not knowing how to play baseball. It looked like they forgot how to play baseball. Right? The Giants have been a horrible defensive team for years, and like this year is supposed to be better. No. They're terrible. They're terrible. Right? The 3rd inning comes around, Luis Ariz walks. Great. Eldridge gets a base hit. Great. You have a runner in scoring position. Chapman comes up. Pops out. Rafi Devers comes up. Grounds out. Then Jung-Hoo Lee flies out. Giants don't score. Typical Giants, right? Nothing like it. They had a chance. To get a run. Something. Get the momentum back. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Then, in the bottom half of that 3rd inning, Trevor McDonald hits Leo Jimenez for the 7th free base of the game. 7th. Now, fortunately, they were able to get a double play to end the inning from Joe Mack, but still, 7 free bases in the 3rd inning. Terrible, man. Terrible. Now, going on to the 4th inning, Willie Domin's soft liner for an out. Schmidt hits a blast to center to tie the game. You're like, all right, momentum's back. Casey Schmidt hitting homers again. Wonderful to see. The Giants have momentum. Hey, maybe they can do something out of this. Gilbert hits a double to center, or to right center. Oh, we got a runner in scoring position now. Haas strikes out. Right? Then Luis Ariz gets an infield single. Which you don't typically see, but hey, he hit it just right. Then Bryce Eldridge strikes out. Inning over. It's like, we'll get him next time. I'm not mad at Eldridge, right? But it kind of sucked not getting that extra run. Then in the bottom half, Trevor McDonald, guess what? Hits Esteury Ruiz. Again, another free base. And then Ruiz goes and steals second base, and then advances to 3rd on a throwing error by Haas. Another 90 feet right there. So the guys on 3rd, based off of an error and a stolen base. He's at 3rd. And it's like, okay. Then Marcy singles to score Ruiz. Otto Lopez singles. So then Matt Gage comes in, and what does he do to the first batter he sees? Walks him. Another free 90 feet. Then he's able to get Xavier Edwards to ground out into a double play. Great. Wonderful. Hey, you're almost out of the inning. Yeah, you can see another run, but hey, at least you're almost out of the inning. You're trying to limit the damage. Next batter, 2-run nuke to left. And you're just like, okay. Then he gives up a single to Owen Casey. Then Leo Jimenez gets hit again for the 2nd time in that game. And at that point, that is 10 free bases. 10 free bases in this game. And it's only the 4th inning. And they already have 10 free bases in this game. They look like a bunch of little idiots out there. They can't throw strikes. They can't play defense. The offense sucks. Bunch of little idiots running around. Right? Matt Gage throws 28 pitches in that inning and can't even get out of it. Gets 2 outs. The best he can do. Can't even get out of it. JT Brubaker comes in, shuts it down. End of story. But then the Giants offense essentially did nothing until the 8th inning. The Giants offense just kind of took the next 4 innings off, essentially. Lee and Schmidt both doubled to score another run, made it, 6-2 or 6-3 at that point. But there's no way the Giants are going to score again, right? They got lucky with those hits because everyone else couldn't do shit. The Giants lost that game 6-3. But here's the crazy part. They gave up 13 free bases in that game, 5 walks, hit 4 batters, and had 4 errors. That is the worst defensive game of the season so far. So far. Now, I could be wrong. There might be a worse one out there. But to me, this is the worst one. 13 free bases. 10 of them happened in the first 4 innings. So every time they might get something going, hey, we can lock them down. Nope. Here's a walk. Here's a hit by batter. Here's an error. Like, if you're playing from behind and you're playing horribly from the jump, like, you're not going to win. You're not going to win those games. The Marlins have showed exactly why they're good. Like, they're not a good team, but they're not a bad team. They're kind of a meh team, and they're very heavily analytically driven, where the Giants are not. It feels like they fired everybody in the analytics department. But the one, which is kind of ironic because you have Gabe Kapler running the ship over there in Florida, and you've got Buster Posey now running the ship here in San Francisco, and you can tell the complete different styles and the complete different outcomes of the game. Like, you saw the manager over there in Florida basically had a little folder of what pitches to throw and what, calling the game for the catcher, which I thought was kind of weird, but hey, if it wins you games, it wins you games. Ain't stupid if it works. So, but yeah, this game was terrible. Giants were terrible. Looked like a bunch of little idiots around. All right, game 3. So, this game had a very controversial ending, and we're still talking about it to this day. The offense for the entirety of the game was lifeless. Lifeless. They could barely score a run. The offense just took the day off, apparently. Of course, when it happens, guess who's pitching? Logan Webb. He is Matt Cain 2.0. Logan Webb had a great start. It's the 3rd straight game with 8 innings, right? So he's thrown 3 straight games of at least 8 innings. He is given, in that span, right, 17 hits, 3 earned runs, and 19 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 1 home run. That is fantastic. That is ace-level Logan Webb that we know and love. He deserves better. We already know when Logan Webb pitches, the offense takes the day off because he's Matt Cain 2.0. He deserves better. And in the big 3 in this series, Adames went 1 for 12, Chapman went 0 for 11, and Raffy Devers went 2 for 10. So 3 hits in 32 at-bats for the big 3. Chapman had 6 strikeouts in 11 at-bats. Basically, over a 50% strikeout rate. That's not good. That's not good, folks. That's not good. Okay, now we need to get to this Devers situation because this basically the meat and potatoes of this video. Everybody wants to talk about it. Everybody wants to hear about it. Everybody's interested in it. It's the topic of the day, the week, the whatever. At the end of the game, Devers decided to act like a complete clown, trying to wave off the pinch runner, show up Tony Vitello. It was the correct call in that situation. You have your slowest guy switched out for your fastest guy, where Jonah Cox could score on a double to the gap or double down the line. He can easily score from first. That was a correct call. Devers decided to be a clown and show up his manager, cause a whole lot of issues. You can see it. There's some dysfunction in this clubhouse, and obviously it's going to happen. Nobody's going to be happy with being 15 games under 500, but yeah, there's a lot to talk about. I am going to make a video about that, but I'm not going to go too much into that because this is just a recap video. So I will make a video on that. But yeah, so the Giants end up losing that game 6-3. This is not, this people think this is rock bottom. Nope. It's not rock bottom. We're only in June. It's going to get much worse. We still have 3 more months of baseball. The Giants are 15 games under 500. It's only June. So they look like world beaters in Atlanta, but then they look like little leaguers in Miami. Like, that's just the epitome of the season. one series they look great, the next they look like they have never played baseball in history in their entire lives. There's no consistency at all. They're never going to go on a long-term run because they don't have any leadership. There's a lot of issues in the clubhouse right now, but I'm going to leave that for another video. I'm at the point, though, with this team where they need to trade everybody. Everybody not named Bryce Eldridge, and that's including Logan Webb. I'll get into that in another video, because what I think the Giants should do for the trade deadline, rebuild. You can do a quick rebuild for 2029, right? They need to build around Joshua, Hernandez, Lovell, Keelan, Bo Davidson, all of those guys, right? They need to develop them. They're going to be ready at the earliest 2029. So this team's going nowhere until then. Logan Webb becomes a free agent after the 28th season. So you have a whole year there. The Giants don't really want to pay money for pitchers. But I have a whole thing about that. I'll say that for then. But yeah, like the Giants need to sell. They need to be massive sellers, tear everything down. They can do a quick rebuild, quick 2-3 year, maybe a 4 year, because I'm not sure that Joshua and all of them are going to be playoff ready by 2029, probably closer to 2030. But you should see these guys come up in 2029. So that's when the farm is ready to really push. They could be a sleeper. After they're on the way home now. To start a 6-game homestand against the A's and the Braves. I don't expect a whole lot. I really don't. This team's terrible. It's kind of, hopefully Bryce Eldridge can, do more damage. Jung-Hoo Lee can do more damage. Hopefully the younger guys get to play more. Something needs to be done, but I don't think they're going to be too much. I'm happy for a 500 homestand. Like that's the goal. Be 500. But yeah, that's the end of that though. Giants lose the series. They get swept. Again, I think it's their 7th time this year being swept, or 8th time, or something like that. They fall 15 games below 500. But I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. If you like this show, if you like this content, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Don't forget to share this with everybody that you know, and let me know in the comment section down below what you think. Don't forget to follow me on X and Instagram at orange_blackpod. And with that, I'll see you on the next one. Go Giants.